I would like to start off with a verse that I had on my front door when I still lived in Alaska. I had it next to another reminder that said I should eat more kimchi. Says, I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and he turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the muck and mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. Today actually marks 1 year sober for me. Last May 13th, I was in the critical care unit after spending the entire night in the ER. I had no will to live, and this was round 2 in the hospital in less than 9 months. Fortunately, I did not have my loaded handgun this time. To backtrack, I was raised in a very conservative church, late with head coverings and dresses. My parents separated when I was 6 years old. They were separated for 10 years because my father was physically and verbally abusive. I joined their church when I was 14, but I was so angry with my father, I did not speak to him for 5 years. And bitterness like that stunted any growth in the Lord. So at 19, I left the church to seek more interesting things. And when I was 21, I started hiking the Appalachian Trail, which set the tone for the next 10 years of my life. I walked 1,000 miles when I found out I was pregnant by someone who took advantage of my naivety and innocence. He would not leave my side until he walked me right into a clinic and applied immense pressure to terminate the pregnancy. Ultimately, it was my choice, and it was the single most traumatic event in my life. Rachel, up to that point, ceased to exist, along with that child. I became depressed and fatalistic while spending many years running from it, not knowing how to grieve. I went from state to state, relationship to relationship, gradually drowning myself in alcohol. Through very painful circumstances, the Lord brought me from Alaska to New Hampshire, with a little bit of a layover in Michigan. He was not Lord of my life when I arrived. I had no hope. I built a huge wall between us, and I did not trust him. I viewed him as distant and sadistic. About halfway through phase 2, I started praying for those walls to come down with the help of Jamie and my phase mates. My chains started to come off, and I became more and more connected to him, while physically feeling lighter than I ever have before. I even started to feel warm love feelings towards him. Special counseling was offered to me that focused on healing for my abortion. Through guidance and asking the Lord to meet me, I began to get details about this child I had left behind. He told me that she was a girl, and when I saw her in my mind, she was a 9-year-old with braided hair. Towards the end of the counseling sessions, I decided to name her Aithwin, which means hope and desire. Christ met me and comforted me the whole way so that I felt hope. My heaviest chains came off, and he redeemed me from monster to mother. Psalm 84 says, "How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord Almighty. I long, yes, I faint with longing to enter the courts of the Lord. With my whole being, body, and soul, I will shout joyfully at the courts, to the living God. Even the sparrow finds a home there, and the swallow builds her nest and raises her young at a place near your altar, O Lord Almighty, my God and my King." Because God was able to do the work of healing, I started to actually genuinely care for other people. I'm not sure I like it yet. But as I walk with Christ, I can feel his love poured out through me to others. Somehow I am more myself as he has created me to be. I do not walk in heavy shame and can talk about Aithwin even when it's an uncomfortable topic and not exactly popular among Christians. I was not able to do this if it wasn't for the work that he did on the cross. And he allowed me to lay all of this at the foot of the cross and forgave me. And I am a new creation. In closing, I can look back and see how the Lord was there the entire time working all the details in order for me to be here. I tried hard to isolate, but he showed me my need to be in community, and I have flourished. I want to thank everyone on this hill for contributing to that growth. You poured yourselves into me and have become a part of who I am in Christ. I want to end with a poem, but before that, I always want to say I'm coming back as a servant leader next month. I'm excited. And until then, I'm hanging out with my mom, you, Bob, and my dog Guinness in the woods. And it has a German title, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it, so you can ask me later. I am praying again, awesome one. You hear me again as words from the depths of me. Rush towards you in the wind. I've been scattered in pieces, torn by conflict, mocked by laughter, washed down in drink. In alleyways, I sweep myself up, out of garbage and broken glass. With my half-mouth, I stammer you, who are eternal in your symmetry. I lift you my half hands, and worthless beseeching that I might find you again. The eyes which I once beheld you. I'm a house gutted by fire, where only the guilty sometimes sleep, before the punishment that devours them and hounds them out to the open. I am a city by the sea, sinking into a toxic tide. I am strange to myself, as though someone unknown had poisoned my mother as she carried me. It's in here, all the pieces of my shame, that I now find myself again. I yearn to belong to something, to be contained in an all-embracing mind that sees me as a single thing. I yearn to be held in the great hands of your heart. Oh, let them take me now, and to them I place these fragments of my life. And you, God, spin them however you want.